Hello everyone. I want to once again welcome you to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. I'm back from my little hiatus, but you know, the whole time I was researching new recipes and everything, and I came up with a doozy. This is for peach cupcakes. It's got a very delicious topping on it. So the first thing we have to do is we're going to do the cupcakes, but let me give you the ingredients before I forget. We're going to have 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 cup of unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1/2 cup of buttermilk, and 1 cup of diced peaches. Now let me tell you about the peaches. I used canned peaches because peaches are not in season. But this is the canned peaches in juice, not in the heavy syrup. So if you have to use canned peaches, make sure you use the canned peaches in juice, not in syrup. So we're going to get all that mixed in. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to mix in the we're going to mix the dry ingredients together. I'm going to whisk them together. So let me get a bowl and we'll do that. Okay, I got the bowl. So we're going to, well, I already had a bowl. Duh. This is the 1.5 cups of flour. This is the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. And we're just going to get all that out. And we're just going to whisk it together. And the reason you whisk it together is because you want it to be mixed when you start adding it to the other mixtures. So we got all that blended together. Now we're going to take a handy dandy mixer here. And we're going to put the butter, which is 1/2 cup of unsalted butter. We're going to put that in here with the sugar. And we are going to put on the beater. And we're going to blend it until it's light and fluffy. So start off slow and try to get it blended, and then you can put it up higher. But I'm going to do this because this takes a little minute. So I'm going to mix this together and then we'll get back to the next step. Okay, it looks like it's creamed enough now. So let's stop it. And we're going to scrape down the sides because that's what you do, and scrape it off the beater. Because we want all that goodness in there, that lovely. And by the way, guys, everything I use is organic. I try to use organic everything. My sugar is organic, my flour is organic, my eggs are organic. Everything's organic, so that's one good thing. I mean, you can use the regular products, but mine is always going to be organic. So now that I've beat the sugar and butter together, I'm going to add the honey. So let's turn this, put this back down, turn it back on low because we don't want this honey going everywhere. And this is 1/4 cup of honey. And we're just going to add it in there, let it mix all in there until well combined. And now I'm going to scrape some of the honey. I'm going to scrape the rest of the honey out because we want all of it in there. It's so delicious. And this is raw, unfiltered honey. I don't like the processed honey because it kind of makes it more of a sugar content. With the raw, unfiltered honey, you're not having it processed and all that. So that's much better. So it's blending. Let me turn it off so I can scrape down the sides a bit. Put it in there. And now that we've got that going, I'm going to add the eggs one at a time until they're well combined. So the honey's mixed in there pretty good. So now we're going to do the egg. That's why I haven't put the egg before, because they have to be done one at a time. So I'm going to crack it, put it in there, and then drop it in there and let that mix. Then we're going to get the other one. Drop it in there. Let's combine it good. Drop that one in there. That will become well combined. Let's get it going in there pretty good. And now we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. That go. We're going to turn it off. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's nice and blended and combined. So we have some steps here we have to do. So the first step we're going to do is we are going to probably need a big spoon because this has to be done a little at a time. So we're going to add some of the dry ingredients, maybe a couple of spoons. Then we're going to mix that in on low speed. Let it get combined. And then we're going to add some of the buttermilk. Add a little. And we're going to alternate that, doing that. We're going to do the dry ingredients, then the buttermilk, then the dry ingredients, and then a little buttermilk. But the last thing that goes in is the dry ingredients. So I'm going to get that done and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so I have all that mixed together. Now we're going to take the beater off and we're going to gently fold in the cup of diced peaches. So I'm just going to put them in there in the bowl with the batter, and then we're going to gently stir them in. You don't want to beat it all up because you don't want to tear the peaches up. You want some nice big chunks of peaches in the cupcake mixture. So we're going to gently fold that in there. And then we're going to fill up the prepared cupcake pan. I've lined them with some cupcake liners. So we're just going to put it in there. Let's get all this off of here, and we're going to try to do it evenly. So I'd say, let's see, about that much in there. Yeah, that looks like a good amount. So we're going to do that to each cupcake. So let me get that done, and then we're going to pop them in the oven. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I was remiss. The oven needs to be preheated to 350 degrees. So let me get these filled up, and then we'll pop them in the oven. Okay, as you can see, I've got my cupcake pan filled. It makes 12, this batch makes 12 cupcakes. And they're gonna be pretty big because it's quite a bit of dough in there. So we're gonna pop it in a 350 degree oven, right over here. And we're gonna cook it for 18 to 20 minutes. After 18 minutes, you take a look at it and see if it's cooked. And the way you know that it's cooked is by sticking a toothpick in it, and if it comes out clean, then it's cooked. So the next step is going to be to make the frosting. I'll give you the ingredients so you can gather them if you want to make it along with me. We're going to need 8 ounces of cream cheese. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, 2 cups of powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of honey. So if you want to get all that together, you can do that, and we'll make the frosting in a little bit. But we have to cook the cupcakes first, get them out the oven, let them cool, because they have to be cooled before we frost them. So we're not going to make the frosting just yet. So let's get these cooked, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, the 20 minutes are up. So now we're going to get these cupcakes out of the oven. I think we need to leave it in there a little longer because of the peaches were canned. We're going to leave it in there for maybe about 3 more minutes. Let's let it stay in there about 3 more minutes because the moisture in the canned peaches from the juice made it a little more juicy. So we're gonna leave it in there 3 more minutes. So we had it in there for 20, but I'm gonna leave it in there for about 3 more minutes. Then I'll get right back to you. Okay, I think they're done. We just needed to add 2 more minutes on it on account of the peaches, the canned peaches that we put in there. So we're gonna shut that off. Now, let you see them. We're gonna let them cool. They're very pretty. There they go. We have them on a cooling rack, so we're gonna let them cool. But again, I'm gonna give you the ingredients for the frosting. This is 8 ounces of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of unsalted butter, 2 cups powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of honey. So get that together, and once they cool and we're ready to frost them, we will make that frosting. But you let this cool like that for about 4 or 5 minutes, then you take it out of here and let it cool another 5 to 8 minutes. So we'll do that, and then we'll frost. We'll make the frosting to frosting. Okay, now it's time to make the frosting. What we're going to do is we are going to cream the butter and the cream cheese together. So let's get this open and get it going. Should have did this ahead of time. I always say that, but I always forget. Just don't know. So we've had this sitting on the counter for a while. You want to have it room temperature because you want to be able to work with the cream cheese and the butter. You don't want to be refrigerator hard, so I set it out on the counter for a little while. It's not room temperature, but it's softened up enough that we can blend it together. So let's get that in there. We're gonna, of course, put it on low at first to try to get it going. And we're gonna cream all that together. And once we cream that together, we are going to gradually add the powdered sugar. And then once it's light and fluffy, we're gonna add the vanilla and the honey. So let's get this blended together. And then I'll get back to you when it's time to add the powdered sugar. All right, we got it blended all nice and pretty. So we're gonna lift it up and we're gonna add the powdered sugar. Just gonna put it all right in there, the 2 cups of powdered sugar. And now we're gonna blend that with the butter and the cream cheese. So we're just gonna blend it. Blend, blend, blend. Light and fluffy. Let me scrape down the sides. As you know, you wanna always scrape down the sides because it comes up on top. So guys, I need y'all to make the recipes and leave me some comments. You know, get your friends to subscribe to my page, Kathy's Creole Kitchen. If you guys want me to keep doing this, you gotta let me know that you like what I'm doing. Or if you don't like what I'm doing, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Or ask for some recipes that you would like me to try out for you. I'll be happy to do that. So now we're gonna add the vanilla, just like so. We're going to add the honey. Yum, yum, yum. That looks and smells delicious. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. So, Very pretty icing. Let's see how it looks. Look at that. Very soft and ooey gooey. Yes. So we are going to let the cupcakes cool a little more, and then we'll frost them. And there is one more step. We're going to make a honey caramel topping to add to it. So I'm going to just let well, no, they seem like they're cool enough. But this is all I'm going to do with them is I'm just going to get this on there like that. Pile it on nice and pretty. I think maybe I'll add a little more sugar, powdered sugar to it, because I want the consistency a little thicker, and then I can pipe the frosting on. So let me do that because I want it to be tall and pretty. So let me add some more powdered sugar, probably about another ½ cup of powdered sugar, and I'll see what the consistency is like. Just a minute, we'll come right back. Okay, so now we're going to make the caramel frosting. And what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these ingredients. We're going to take the 1/4 cup of butter, put it in the saucepan. We're going to take a 1/4 cup of the honey. We're going to put it in the saucepan right here. Get it all in there. As much as we can get out of there. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Put that in there. And we're going to put a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. But we're just not going to, I'm going to leave a little bit in the bottom. I want to see how it comes out. We're going to turn the fire on medium high. And then we're going to cook it a while. I'm going to let it cook for, let's see what my notes say. I'm gonna let it cook for, I'm gonna bring it to a boil. I'm gonna let it cook for 5 minutes, stirring occasionally. So let me get that done and then we'll do the final step. Okay, so I put a couple of drops of almond extract in the caramel, and then there's my pinch of salt. That's it. So it needs to cool, but this is how it looks. Nice and caramelly. I'm going to put it in some cool water to try to cool it down a little quicker. So what we're going to do is, look at that. That looks beautiful. So I'm going to set this here. And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. We're just going to drizzle it on the cupcake. That's it. You just want to drizzle it on the cupcakes. Look at that. Yummy. Look at that. So all you're going to do is just drizzle it on there. Delicious looking. Just like that. So that's your caramel cream cheese topping. That's it. That's all you do. And you do each and every one of them like that. And that's how it looks. Let's see. Yep, it's cool enough to take a bite. Let's take a nice little bite of it. Look at those peaches in there. So delicious. Oh my gosh. You have to make this for your family. It's absolutely delicious. You guys, remember to like my videos, subscribe to my page, and let your friends know about my page. I want to get the word out. Tell me how you liked it, if it came out well. And I want to add one little side note. I use Hummer & Son 100% pure Louisiana honey. It's raw and unfiltered, and it's certified farm to table. So when you want a good raw honey, this is what you want to get. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me at Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Come back and see me next time. I love your viewership. I love that you're subscribing to my page, but get more people to follow me and I'll get more recipes out to you just as quickly as I can. Thank you so much once again for joining me for Kathy's Creole Kitchen, and y'all have a great weekend and stay warm. Bye-bye.